In the presence of grace, things change. The unconditional love and acceptance from God, called grace, has a way of softening the human heart and opening it up to God. Grace literally gives us eyes to see God and ears to hear Him. It is grace that makes us able to have faith. It is grace that makes us able to recognize our own sin. It is grace that makes us able to change. St. Anselm was right when he said, "Remove grace, and we have nothing whereby to be saved." We need grace like our lungs need the air, and a fish needs the water. A graceless life is a suffocated life. Step 1 is accepting grace for what it is, a free and undeserved gift of love that saves us. Step 2 is allowing grace to work in our lives, as it was designed by God to work. Grace is what saves us. Grace is also what changes us. Are you willing to agree with God that we don't change ourselves, but that it is grace that changes us?
And I can think back to like 10 times this past week when I could say, wow, I didn't handle that well. That's not what Jesus Christ would have wanted me to do. And we all hit that point, and then the question is, okay, now what? Do I say yes to God from here, or do I just say, nope, I guess not? This is like a chalk line, if you want to draw a straight line, right? I think this is exactly how God's grace works. You know, I think like God wants to say there's the cross, and God wants to get me from here to there, and He draws the line, and He drops the chalk, and you've got a good line, and I'm doing good, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, right? Ever happened to you? It's called sin. I'm like proficient at it. The good news is that it says in Joshua 1:9, do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, do not be disheartened, for I will go with you wherever you go, even into sin. It's what the crucifix reveals. I'll go with you anywhere, even into sin. You just have to invite me. You just have to take this thing called your free will and say yes to me. Imitate Mary, who said yes, the first yes to Jesus. His cross made up for all those mistakes, and so then I'm over here, and God's like, well, I guess I'll draw another line. And if I step out of that again, I'll draw another line and another one. And I don't know, maybe you're sitting here and you've got a really bad marriage, or you're divorced, or you've got a crazy situation. I don't know. Okay, here you are. God's got enough grace to draw a line from here. And my fear is sometimes for us as parents who have kids who are about to be confirmed, we rule ourselves out of having a relationship with God. And if we do that, we have made it infinitely harder for our kids to have one. Infinitely harder. God needs you to say yes to Him, not just for you, for all the people that you love and all the people that you exert any influence over, which is especially your children. You need to say yes to Him. You need to say yes to grace, to unconditional love and favor, so that you can be an influencer for God.